Aloha, everyone. Welcome to Heart to Spirit Connections. This is our free webinar on the first Saturdays, and we're focused on expanding our heart's connection with spiritual guidance and elevating our awareness using the tools of Lemurian conscious creation and signature cell healing. So today our topic is healing on the edge of evolution. Doesn't that sound exciting? And so we are looking at that in just a moment, but first we'll start with a centering prayer. So just wherever you are, just take some deep breaths. And we know that breathing is a beautiful connection to the Creator's light within us. As we draw in the golden particles through the crown chakra, breathe in through your nose and bring them down into your heart, and they change to white light. And as you exhale, let them go up your shoulders and out your palms and into your heart. If you just place your hands on your heart and just breathe, just quietly breathe as I call upon the Creator, the Christ light, the Goddess weave of love, and all the beautiful energies of the highest light to guide us in this webinar today, Heart to Spirit Connections, because we're expanding our hearts and opening them to connect into the spirit world, to guide us through this great shift in consciousness. We know that we are healing on the edge of evolution, and we're so grateful to the Master Guide Kirill, to Kahu Fred Sterling, to all of our guides and our angels and the energies of love that guide this webinar and all of us here and those coming in on the recording. So we offer this from our hearts in love. Amen. Okay, so that is our opening. And I just want to let you know right up front that next month we won't have a webinar because we're going to be having the Signature Cell Healing, First Steps to Signature Cell Healing online workshop. And that will take place on June 3rd, June 17th, I get the dates, June 17th, and July 1st, and July 15th. So it'll be for 4 Saturdays, and it'll be about 2 hours and 15 minutes. I figured it's giving myself a little extra time. So about 2 hours each time. And the registration is open now at signaturecellhealing.com, or you can get there through my website, KarinnaNielsen.com. And it's a total of about 9 hours. And what you'll learn are the first steps to signature cell healing, healing yourself, and you're preparing to heal others. So that's the first step, of course, is healing ourselves. And that's the first steps of signature cell healing. It's the very first part of the level 1 workshop. And we're doing it online, and it's an interactive workshop. So it's not like you're just listening. We're going to have interactions and things and meditations and things that you can do. So I really hope you'll join me. It's going to be really great. And I won't see you on these free webinars until the first part of August, the first Saturday in August. So I don't want to miss you folks. So I hope you'll join me in the workshop. And there's a lot of special offers with the workshop. You get the self-healing resource bundle. And that's a $36 value. So that's good. Thanks for the thumbs up. Sandra's been in the workshop before. And so if you are a workshop graduate, if you've done the workshop before, you can repeat the workshop for half price, and you still get the discounts. The discounts are 50% off the print books plus shipping. You pay the shipping, but you get 50% off. So half price on the print books and half price on the 10 Principles audio course, which is the 10 MP3 audio course that follows the, where's my 10 Principles book? I didn't put it up. today, but it follows the 10 principles. It's like having an audio book, right? And it just takes you right through the Cure the 10 Principles of Consciously Creating book, which of course you can get that at half price. So what a deal. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to it. I haven't done this workshop for a couple of years, and there's a lot of new things that I'd like to bring forth. So getting back to today's topic now, healing on the edge of evolution. Now, everybody's muted, but if you have a question, please raise your hand, or if you have a share, I really would love to hear from you. Because we're in the month of May, we have the Lemurian numerology of 5. So this month is the month of unconditional love. So 5, and you can find the Lemurian numerology on my website, or in any of the print books from Fred Sterling and Master Guide Kirill. There's always the Lemurian numerology in there because it's such an important part of signature cell healing. But 5, of course, you know, for those of you who've been watching these webinars, that's my life path number, 5. So I've been working on unconditional love. It's a life sentence for me, so to speak, because the life path number that you have is the one that you're working the hardest to understand. And, you know, for me, it's getting easier to understand that I am love, everybody else around me is love, and the Creator's love is within me and all around me, and it's just a beautiful journey. So you get to see what that's like this month, because 5 is the 5th month, and May is the month for unconditional love. So see how that shows up for you this month, because there's, you know, we're healing on the edge of evolution, like we said in the title, and there's so much happening in our lives. And we're going to talk about, the title comes from Master Guide Kirill's message to us for this month. And that's also, you'll find that on my website under wisdom. How do you get there? Wisdom Channel Guidance, and it'll be right at the top. And I suggest you read that article because it was a beautiful channeling, and I'm so grateful to Master Guide Kirill for bringing these beautiful messages through. Getting back now to the Lemurian numerology, what I'd like to do is pick a Lemurian prophecy card for today, because that's always a lot of fun. So we got the Lemurian prophecy cards here. Some of you have been asking me about the cards, and it's just a regular card deck, right? But Master Guide Kirill and Fred taught some of us at the Beauty, Honolulu Church of Light many years ago, how to read the Lemurian prophecy cards. So, and it's so fun because it's just a plain card deck. You just have to know the Lemurian numerology. So it's a great way to practice it. And then you also know that you're healing on all 4 bodies: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. Okay, so I'm shuffling 5 times. That was 3. Lost count. 4. I'm shuffling 5 times because 5 is the number for unconditional love, and we want to put love in the cards. So, and you notice I keep my cards. You have to have a dedicated card deck, folks. You got to have, this isn't used for anything but readings with the Lemurian prophecy cards, or when I choose one for our programs. And I keep it in this one with a beautiful scarf from my mom, beautiful silk scarf. And this is a nice little koa wood box, native wood from here. And so I ask you to put your love in the cards. So send your light representing your love and this program, our Heart to Spirit Connections. Oh, thank you. And then we're going to cut the cards, and we're going to choose a card for this program. Oh, this is fun. Okay. Here's the card. It's a joker, folks. Isn't that great? So when's the last time I pulled a joker on these programs? Never. How about that? I don't think so. You tell me if I ever pulled one on these programs. And you know, there's only 2 in the deck, right? So, and you do keep the jokers in, by the way. That's part of the fun. So I'm going to put our joker friend over here. Let's see if we can get him, keep him on the camera. Okay, so joker's back here. Now, remember I told you it's following the Lemurian numerology, and the Lemurian numerology is 1 through 9. And somebody asked me about, how can I learn this? Well, I could teach you. Just sign up on my website. Sign up for a Lemurian prophecy card reading, and we'll work it through for you, or we'll do some dedicated sessions so you can learn how to do it. But let me just tell you, right, there are 4 suits, right? The physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies. The diamonds are the physical, the hearts are the emotional, the clubs are the mental, and the spades are the spiritual. And then you follow the Lemurian numerology. But the joker is a special card because the joker indicates something unexpected coming. And that doesn't mean something bad. Let's not go negative here. It can be something really great, just something that you don't expect. And it's really also an indication to think out of the box and do something different, try something different. And that is so perfect with our topic today, because the whole topic of healing on the edge of evolution, I said in my nice little segue here, is from Master Guide Kirill's channeling. And so healing on the edge of evolution represents completing the lesson plans and healing the deepest fears that we put in the blueprint for our lifetime. So here we are at the edge of evolution, meaning we're at the edge of the great shift in consciousness. All of the energies around us, if you look outside, where you are now, or if you look on the news, or if you interact with people anywhere, you might find that, there's this energy that is accelerating. It's accelerating. And some people don't know what to do with it. And so there's all sorts of reactions to that, to this energy, this rising frequency of Mother Earth. And we who are the healers and the light workers will know what to do, because it's about our self-healing. It's about finding the healing within ourselves. So completing the lesson plans that are right in front of us, it could be on the physical, the emotional, the mental, or the spiritual bodies. I've got something personally I'm working through on the physical body, and you might have that too, where things come up that are, and that was in the channeling. That was one of the questions about someone who was healing through a stage 4 cancer journey. How do we pray for that person? It was a beautiful answer. So there's all kinds of lesson plans, healing that's come out of the blueprint now, because we're not light workers and healers. Many of us are not coming back to the earth plane. We're not coming back here, which means we're not going to do a 3rd dimensional human journey again, that we're raising our frequency of love, and we're moving into other adventures in the Creator's light. So that could be in the angelic realm. It could be, on another planet with a different dimensional focus. So some of us will return as guides for this particular journey on Earth, but then we won't be incarnate anymore. So we want to get everything that we came here to get. So I suggest that you be relentless in your healing, and you're going to find out, like I'm finding out, what does that mean for you? Because for me, it means signature cell healing, of course. And that means healing using the 5 breath self-healing meditation, which we talk about in the First Steps workshop. Actually, we really work with it. I demonstrate that every first and third Sunday at the Honolulu Church of Light, so you can always come on and watch that. You can get the video and the ebook on signaturecellhealing.com. So that's something that we can do for self-healing. And then we can also get with the 10 principles of consciously creating, which is the way the Lemurians got through their great shifts in consciousness, because they didn't have laws, they didn't have, these societal norms that we might recognize, but they had the 10 principles of consciously creating, which helped them get through the shifts in consciousness from the 3rd dimension to the 4th dimension, and then into the 5th dimension. So, what does that mean? 3rd dimension, 4th dimension, what does that mean? We're on the edge of evolution, because that means we're shifting into a new dimension. That's the evolution, right? And so when we recognize, and it might not feel the same for me as it does for you, but what it will feel like is love, more love. So you're going to start to feel this expansion of love in your heart, and just feel that around you. And if some of your listening is, some people I know might say, oh, that's so airy fairy, but it's not. I mean, it's really important, and you can really improve your life by moving beyond your fears and bringing more love into your life. So Master Guide Kirill says that we are on the cusp of feeling the greatest love we can ever imagine. So what does that feel like to go through a great shift in consciousness incarnate? That's what we're going to find out, because at some point there will be enough light workers feeling that love and raising their frequency of love that there'll be a collective shift in consciousness, and Mother Earth will shift with us as well. And then, so we will have this new dimension on Earth. And doesn't that sound great? And don't you want to be ready for that? I know I do. So I've been working on it. And when things come up, things are going to come up. People might get in your face. I mean, go in the chat or let me know. Are you experiencing these feelings? Like someone told me the other day, I just have this feeling of great loneliness. I feel lonely. And if something happens to me, who's going to take care of me? And that just touched my heart. I just totally touched my heart, because that person had tapped into the deepest part of their lesson plan right there. That feeling of loneliness, or some people are feeling anger or frustration that things aren't going your way, or maybe you've got physical ailments or you got a diagnosis. Then, that's the time to go into your meditations, do your automatic writing after you meditate, and find out what is it about for you. I can suggest, when I do signature cell healing sessions, I do them here at my studio in my house. So people come here for healings, or I do long distance healings. And when those healings happen, signature cell healing is very, very special, because it heals below the veils of our 3rd dimensional awareness. So if I'm, for example, this lady with cancer, for example, I mean, how do you know why you have cancer? How do you know how to heal it? And the only way you can find out is for that person. It's not for me or any of us to tell the person, hey, this is what it is. They've got to discover it themselves. So I've had people here for healings, for example, for a woman that had something I had for many years, sciatic nerve problems, sciatica. And if you've ever had sciatica, you know what I'm talking about. It's horrible. I had it for 2 years, folks, and I finally healed it. And, it took this kind of stops and starts, but, after about maybe 3 years, it was gone. So I understand what it is for me. But that woman that came for healing for that sciatic nerve, I didn't tell her, even though I had an idea what this was. I just kept doing the healings and bringing the love into the healing. So if you've ever felt a signature cell healing, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's just a pure relaxation. You're just lying on the table if you're the healee, and you just feel the love. You can go to sleep, anything. The light does the work. So the healer is just the channel of the light. And so that this whole time, through many healings, I had an idea about, what it was, but I wasn't going to tell her what it was. And then finally, on one healing session, after the healing session, she woke up and she said, I need to get a divorce. And that's what it was for her. That's what was she was holding back on. It was holding her back. And when she went through with whatever she had to do, because
Karinna, you just went off. I can't hear anything.
Oh, okay. Oh my, what did I just do here?
You're back on.
Oh,
but
okay.
For the last 3 or 4 minutes, you just kind of, at least for me, I don't know about anybody else.
Oh, okay. I moved my screen, so maybe that was it. I won't do that again.
Okay. All right. Thank
Okay,
you.
so long, thank you so much for telling me that, Mahinaku. So long story short, getting back the woman that realized what her ailment was for her, she had to do the journey then, right? She had to do the journey of healing to responding to what she knew in her heart was her journey. So that's what all of us have to do, basically. And it takes courage. So, oh, good. Okay, so Sandra heard it. Okay, so I'm not sure what that was, but anyway, we all have the, if we're wanting to heal, if you want to heal and you move forward, and who doesn't, if you're immersed in a situation that is just really difficult, and if you understand that there is a way to heal and there's a way to move beyond into a better space, wouldn't you want to do that? I mean, talk about me, I'm really relentless, and I've been doing this for 25 years now, and I'm still working through it, folks. But let me tell you, life is so much better when I keep healing. And I appreciate, and I'm grateful for everything in my life now, and that really, really helps. So, and those people who knew me, just say 30 years ago, or let's just say 20 years ago, I'm really a different person these days. So, I'm just really grateful for everything that Master Guide Kirill and Alfred Sterling at Signature Cell Healing have done for me. It's been wonderful. So getting back to our healing on the edge of evolution, you get the idea now about, I don't know, am I seeing everyone's notes here, Sandra? Good. Oh, okay, here we go. I just saw something in the chat, wasn't sure what it was. So what is it about then? It's about letting go of the fear that holds us back. And when you recognize what fear is for you, that'll be a real awakening. Because for me, fear can manifest in the physical, in the emotional body, the mental body. You won't find it in the spiritual body, but you'll find it in those other 3 bodies. So where are you holding back on the edge of evolution? Because one of the last things Master Guide Kirill said in that channeling was, now I've told you about healing on the edge of evolution. The question for you to ask yourselves is, am I ready to go beyond the edge? In your own individual healing journey, do you have the courage and the faith to go beyond the edge to become aware of the new world that awaits you and expand your love into the next dimension. So the next dimension for you, could represent something very special in your life. It's going to be individual for all of us. Master Guide Kirill says, let your past go, focus on your journey forward, using the 10 principles of consciously creating to guide your healing processes. You will discover what the Lemurians knew. Self-love, healing, and conscious creation are the keys to mastering your journey in the now. More love than you could ever imagine awaits you when you are ready to go beyond the edge of evolution. Go beyond the edge, my friends. A new reality of love awaits. Trust. So we have to trust, and we have to know that are you ready to let go of the way you've been seeing your whole life? And some of that might have to do with blame, because it's so easy to blame other people for our problems, and it's, that's very common. Let's put it that way. It's a very common thing that we blame other people for the situations that we're in. But if we stay present with our own journey and know that we're responsible, and responsible just means you're able to respond to whatever's going on. You have the ability to respond. You have enough love to respond. And we're in control of what's going on for us, right? So if I, amplify what I've got with more fear, more hate, more anger, I'm going to get more of that, folks. So I want to put more love into the whole situation, and just hold the people that might be aggravating me, for example. I mean, there's nobody aggravating me, but, hold them in love. Everybody on the earth is on a healing journey, and everybody is a student of love. We're all searching for love. And so when I remember that gets me out of blaming other people or feeling like I'm a victim of something. That makes me want to get up and be like that lady that learned that the sciatica was about getting into a new relationship, or nurturing herself in that way. It's you get up and you go, and that's what Master Guide Kirill means, healing beyond the edge of evolution. Because when you engage your own healing, you're moving past the edge and you're moving into your evolutionary process. So, I mean, isn't that exciting? We have the ability to respond. I think that's great. So what I'd like to do now is lead you in a meditation, just to do that, to move beyond the edge of evolution. So everybody get real comfortable and close your eyes and start taking some deep breaths. And just breathe and feel a beautiful focus of your love as you draw in the golden particles above your crown chakra. Just imagine they're like sparkly glitter. When you breathe in through your nose, they come down through your head, through the crown chakra, like a dolphin breath. And you draw them through the pineal gland, and that's where they turn into white light. That's right in the middle of your head. And now keep breathing and draw them down into your heart. And when you breathe in between the breaths, lock the breath and weave the physical, the emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies together. And feel the balance. And when you exhale through your mouth, let the light go up your shoulders, down your arms, out your palms. And you can place your hands on your heart if you like, or you can just leave them in your lap. And just feel the love building now from your heart. Build with every exhale from your heart in this beautiful white light, creating like a bubble of light around you. Let it expand out from your physical body to your emotional body, into your mental body, and then out into your spiritual body. And just feel yourself now as you're breathing, sitting in this beautiful bubble of white light. And imagine in this bubble of white light, your life just in love. No fear, no problems, just a beautiful, loving life, excuse me, without tension, without any anger. You're just experiencing everything that you ever wanted to. And imagine your life with everything that you ever wanted. And be expansive now. Get off, throw off the limits. Imagine what life would be if you could live in this state of balance and beautiful peace. Okay, now before you, and when you're in this space, you're going to see a door before you. And that door is a little bit open. It's kind of ajar. So I want you to peek kind of around the door, look through the door where it's ajar, and see there behind that door is actually what you've been feeling. It is your life in this beautiful space of love. And you've got whatever you desire. Maybe it's a beautiful home. Maybe you've got that car you ever wanted. Beautiful car, wonderful relationships, abundance. You don't even think about money because it's just, you just have what you need and what you want. And you have a lot of people around you that are very happy. Maybe you have your family with you. And just have a look through that door. And now take a minute before you open and walk through the door, look behind you and see your life, perhaps even the fears or the conflicts or whatever was bothering you before is behind you now. And I'm asking you, are you ready to leave it behind? Because you're going to walk through that door when you're ready. And you're leaving all of that other stuff behind. All of the things that have been holding you back, all of the things that made you unhappy, you can just let them go. So keep breathing and say goodbye to those things that were not making you happy, that were holding you back, that really were illusions of your healing journey and veils that you put on before you came here. Just let them go and turn around and open the door and walk through it. And when you're ready, take a step forward now into this new life because you're healing beyond the edge of evolution. Close the door behind you and just walk forward. Walk forward in this new love that you've created. And I'm going to give you a moment now to just feel that new space where you are. And keep breathing. You know that you are now in a space where you can consciously create your life. You're healing beyond the edge of evolution now. And you're in a new space that you have consciously created yourself. So know that in using the 10 principles of consciously creating truth, trust, passion, clarity, communication, completion, prayer, meditation, sleep state programming, and masterminding, you can consciously create now an expanded life beyond the edge of evolution. So just breathe and feel that now. You might see people here now that you knew, but they will have changed because you have changed. So just feel that new world that you've consciously created. And when you're ready, start to feel the seat below you now, where you started. Start to come back in to your body. I'm not asking you to come back to the old place where you were. I'm asking you to keep this in your heart, to keep this space in your heart, and know it's in you and it's all around you now, because you put this in the bubble of light that is always going to surround you. So just breathe and feel that. And as you come back to join the webinar again, you know that that is the space where you can always find yourself. Always. Okay, so slowly come back now and feel what it's like to live beyond the edge of evolution. All right, I'm going to give you some time to come back because that was a good one. I love that one. Oh, that one was guided. So how are you feeling, and do you have any shares from that meditation? It was an amazing experience for me, because I could really, even though I was guiding you through it, I mean, I could really feel it. And it's an opportunity that you can always replay this recording, which will be on my website, KarinnaNielsen.com, and on my YouTube channel. So you can always sign up for the YouTube channel and know when these get posted, and you can go there and repeat the meditation. And, you know, because we are living our lives and healing as we go. So as we go through this edge of evolution, other stuff can come up for us, but it doesn't matter, because we're going to know what to do when it does. So if something comes up for you, you know there's signature cell healing. That's what I know. And I, for example, when I got my diagnosis of, you know, this osteoporosis and this arthritis, and, you know, people were ready to push me the drugs, and had a really defined view of what that meant for me, I decided to consciously create my own healing journey. And so it's been about a year now, and I'm telling you, the difference between me a year ago and me now is so different. And I think if I had gone the other path, I wouldn't be walking now. I may have had a hip replacement by now. So I'm really grateful, because I learned, and it's not just about the physical, right? The physical is what gets your attention. The physical is the first part of being aware that there's a lesson plan. And so I had to go into the emotional and the mental and the spiritual aspects of this situation, and understand how the past life issues that come up, or what does it mean to make connections with the people that I did in physical therapy, or, you know, all these different things. You start a healing journey and you really engage it, you're going to find the gifts that it gives to you. And I certainly did. So let's see. Susan, thank you so much, says, I feel lighter. And I got some good messages about what I will leave behind. I love that. I love that. Susan, where are you joining us from today? Just wondering. Is this Susan in Australia by any chance? Anyway, I'm really glad to hear that. Yes. Oh, wonderful. I'm so glad you could join us. It's kind of early, yeah. I'm really grateful. Sandra, Karinna, I now know that when I'm tempted to think of myself as living at the edge of a cliff, I can instead see this positive door right in front of me instead of this fearful depth below me. You know, Sandra, that is really interesting that you say that, because there are meditations that take you to the precipice and you jump off, right? And you fly because you're never going to fall. This is the meditation, right? And I've done those meditations, but Master Guide Kirill, in the guidance of this webinar, did not want a cliff meditation. And so we did an open door meditation. And I think it was really good. Yeah, because, you know, it really is about going into a new room. It's like going into a new world when you heal through the edge of evolution. And I think that gives us a better understanding of what is that edge. And the edge of evolution for me is a veil. It's a veil. It's the fear that comes up when you have when anger shows up, or when you're frustrated with something that won't work, or, you know, this person keeps getting in your face again, you know, or, you know, you've got this physical disease. That is your edge of evolution. That's the edge. And if you can walk through that edge, you walk through that veil, you can heal to the next level, and you'll have a really, like, who said that? Susan said that, a really good perspective on what you can let go of and what you can release. And at this point, you know, I'm better at it now, of course, because, you know, getting into my 60s is like, you know, does it really matter? You know, it's like, hey, come on, you know, how much time have I got left? So, I mean, why hold on to these old animosities and things like that when we can be in love and enjoy our lives, you know, and heal? So, Sandra, thank you so much for that. Susan, beautiful. Yeah, Mahinaku, I love that. I love that meditation, and I think you can use it over and over again whenever you feel. And I really suggest, I'll put it back up on my homepage at KarinnaNielsen.com, but I suggest you go and read the channeling from Master Guide Kirill, because the whole idea about moving past the edge of evolution. I mean, that whole idea of, you know, heal beyond it now. You know what the edge is. You know what the edge is, right? And if you're if you're stuck in a situation where you've been there for a long time and you're just not moving forward, that's your edge, right? So now move past it, because it's a time, we're in the 7-year, right? This is 2023. This is a 7-year, and that's a year of transition. So this is a year where, I mean, for me personally, you're going to see some changes. I'm bringing back, like I said, the First Steps workshop, and I'll be doing the in-person level 1 workshops again. Hopefully soon. I'm looking for hosts, or, you know, people who would like to take the level 1. I'm keeping a list of the people who let me know. But I really would like to get out on the road again. That's changes for me, big changes for me. And so you'll see that start next month with the First Steps to Signature Cell Healing online webinar, which is always a lot of fun. Yeah, so any celestial energies to look forward to in May? Well, I mean, you can, I think what we feel, Mahina Ku, also is the retrograde motion of a couple of planets like Mercury and Pluto. Pluto is the transformer. So there we go with change again, right? And we see that because Pluto has been in Capricorn for so long. It's in a sign for, you know, at least 20 years. It's like a generational sign. And so now we have this energy of Pluto moving from Aquarius back into Capricorn again. So we see the transformation of governments, of structures. And when it goes direct again later this year and moves into Aquarius, that's when we see the We the People movements and you know, new forms of government coming forth, and people truly saying we want to live this way and not that way. So there's a, you know, we see it all around us. I think for our own personal transformation, it's always good to know your own planets. And, you know, I'm okay doing astrology readings. For me, I'm going a little bit beyond that now. I enjoy keeping track of my own, but I leave that to others that are more versed in the astrology. I like to go outside and look at the planets, and you know, right now you can see Mars and Venus in the evening sky after the sun sets, right there where the sun sets. So it's always fun to go and check out the planets. Yeah, but thank you for that. We're coming up on the end of our time. Sorry about scratchy throat. You can follow me on Facebook or Instagram, and also monthly newsletters. So sign up on my website. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in the First Steps of Signature Cell Healing online webinar. We're going to have a lot of fun, and that'll be on the 4 sessions coming up in June and July that the webinars ordinarily are on. So if I don't see you then, which I know I will, the next Heart to Spirit Connections program will be August 5th. So I wish you well. Please check out signaturecellhealing.com or KarinnaNielsen.com for all the new information. And I appreciate your participation. Susan, thank you for joining us at 5 a.m. in Sydney. That's the same time that the workshop will be, by the way, is 9 a.m. And I'm hoping that, you know, 9 a.m. Sunday, 5 a.m. Sunday is doable for the people in Australia, because I love Australia so much. Yeah. So thank you, Susan. Thank you, everyone here. And I'm looking forward to seeing you soon in the First Steps workshop. Aloha, everybody. Bye.